Hi, my name is Kayla, and today I'm going to talk to you about my 0 to 3 month necessities and regrets. So, I want to preface this by saying that these are my personal regrets, my personal necessities, and every single person is different, and I understand this. So, don't take this as the gospel truth or this is absolutely what I have to get and what I don't need to get, but this is just my personal preferences on what I wanted for my baby and what has worked for us. I have my list here. I have Lily right here in front of me on the couch just taking a little snooze, so if you hear any grunting, that's absolutely 100% her. The first necessity is a mountain of swaddles. Whatever kind of swaddling blanket you want to get. I personally do like the muslin ones. They're very soft and they get softer as time goes on, and as you wash them they get worn in. I actually use these swaddles for burp rags for just to put underneath her when she's on our bed, so that if she does have some dribble or some spit, throw up, whatever, it's not going to get all over our sheets and I won't have to wash them absolutely every single day. The swaddles are absolutely necessary in my opinion because we use them constantly. I have her laying on one right now. I have her laying on one on our bed. I have used them on her to swaddle her at night whenever she was first newborn because that's what I felt comfortable doing. I'll say I haven't washed one load of laundry that hasn't had a swaddle in it since getting back from the hospital. The second necessity is some type of pad or something like a very thick blanket to put her on the floor on, because she is such a looker. She wants to look constantly at everything. She often wants to look at the lights on the TV, or she wants to look outside because it's really bright and beautiful, or just to look around like while I'm walking. A pad of some sort is absolutely necessary for me because I am using it every single day. She's on it right now, right in front of me on the couch. It's a little bit softer than our actual like really hard couch. I also put her on the floor all the time. I'm personally we may need to pause for a diaper change. But this pad is absolutely my favorite thing that I actually got. And I didn't ask for the specific one, but I'll try to find it and link it down below. But it is just absolutely gorgeous, first off. And second, it is nice and soft. I love putting her on it because it helps her keep her head a little bit more straight than one of the more flat ones. Easy to wash, it's soft, it's comfortable for her to lay on, and it is just by far one of my favorite items that I got just randomly from someone. Hi, Munchie. Number 3 is mostly for breastfeeding mamas, is a pump. Whatever pump you're able to get through your insurance, or if you want to get like a manual one, which I've thought about getting to go along with my actual pump. But the one I personally have is the Freemie. I was able to get it through our insurance for free, which is amazing because it is a hands-free device. I charge up the actual motor and I can hook it onto my pants, shirt, whatever, and walk around, do things. I haven't actually used too much, but my biggest thing is that I am excited to use it for is car rides. I can use it in the car, don't need to have it to be attached to anything, the wall, nothing, and I'm excited about that. The fourth one, in my opinion, is a good backpack. It doesn't have to be a diaper bag per se, like a diaper backpack. Personally, I think it should be a backpack because they're just so easy, and the amount of times that I've needed both hands with her and not have restriction of something on my shoulder trying to keep it up, that's more than I can count. So I love my backpack. My grandmother got it for us and gifted it to us, and it is large and in charge, and I love it. Now there are going to be times, and there have been times, where I just use like a small little bag in order for me to just get out the door real quick, throw a diaper, some wipes, and we're gone. But mostly whenever I just go and pick up the grocery order just in case. But for most of our outings, I do use our backpack and I love it. By the way, I'll have all the links for all the things that I'm personally using down below if anyone wants to use exactly what I'm using, or if you want to find something similar. So number 4 was a good backpack. Number 5 is a good bassinet. If you're having your child sleep beside you on the bassinet, please don't go for a cheap one or just one that you're not sure about. Personally, if there's anything that I can say after having 2 different bassinets now, is go with the one that's a bit more expensive. And it kind of stinks because they're not going to be in it for that long. They usually aren't bassinets, and they start sitting up and rolling around more often than not. Parents will go ahead and start putting their babies in their cribs. If you can't just put your crib in there, that's also fine if that's what you want to do. Personally, I want my baby to be right up against my bed, and I thought I'd be able to do that with one of my regrets that I'm going to say later. And it just wasn't, it didn't happen. So now I have the Halo bassinet. It is like the first generation I found at the thrift store for $100, and I literally almost cried. And I got it after a particularly got it after a week of pretty not great sleep. We'll just say that. We took her for her 2-month checkup and shots, and after that she has absolutely just not been sleeping even close to what she was before she got her shots. Granted, she was sleeping beautifully, wonderfully, and just out of this world. I couldn't be happier. She was sleeping from around 7 to 8 o'clock at night to around 4 or 5 in the morning, breastfeeding, going back to sleep for another 3 hours. And she slept great on the first bassinet that I got, and I can't say it was anything to do with her sleep, but it was all to do with me. I couldn't easily reach her to bring her out for breastfeeding. That's why I did go with the Halo bassinet for us, and we've loved it since I got it. Okay, so the next category isn't actually going to be regrets that I bought. It's more so regrets that I didn't get early enough, or that I didn't catch on that I needed quickly enough. The first one, as I've already mentioned, is the Halo bassinet for myself. Just a good bassinet. For the Halo, the reason I like the Halo is it swivels, and I don't have a large space in between the bed and the wall for myself. So the Halo, it swivels out of the way easily. The one I originally got was the one I even had on my registry, and I still love it. It is a 3-in-1. It is a rocker, a sleeper, and a playpen. I used it for the sleeper for the first 2 months, but then it started getting kind of wee-wonkered a little. I'm not sure if that was the pad starting to lose some of its integrity or what, but I do know that I'm going to use it a ton whenever she gets old enough to where she is pulling up, moving around, starting to get going everywhere, and I'm going to use it on the go as sort of like a pack and play. And I'm excited for that, but it didn't really work as the bassinet, which I really hoped it would, and it did for a while. She slept really well in it. She had great sleep in it, but like I said, I feel like the pad itself was starting to lose its integrity, being up off the ground and whatnot. So my second regret that I didn't have on hand when I needed it was like a child's saline spray. Lily gets really bad stuffy noses, especially at night. I'm not sure if it's because we're here in Florida and there's a lot of pollen like constantly, or if it's because the humidity has started dropping here in Florida. Not by much, but enough for my husband's and my nose to start getting like all runny and everything, and my throat gets sore and scratchy. And as soon as that happened with me and my husband, she started getting a really runny nose. And it started to get to the point where she was coughing up a little bit of mucus and nasty, and I felt so bad for her because she just seemed like stuffy constantly. And I needed a saline spray, so my husband ordered some. We used it the next day. It's a Little Remedy saline spray, and it immediately loosened that stuff up to where I could suck it out, because I tried before and nothing was coming out. It was just hurting her. It was making her uncomfortable. She was absolutely miserable with me trying to suck it out through the nose Frida, which I should add actually to the Necessities, the nose Frida. It's amazing. I know it sounds disgusting. I thought the same thing, but get the nose Frito. Just go ahead and do it because it absolutely gets everything out. It gets what you don't see out, it gets what you do see out, and it just helps her breathe so much better, especially right before bedtime. She sleeps so good if I like suction her nose out right before bed. Just try it. The third regret that I regret not getting early enough are the nursing bras, or my bras that I use for nursing. Like I said, I do really like the sports bras, and I like the really soft bra from Target. I'm gonna try to find it again. I actually only have one because they only had one in my size. And my fourth and last that I didn't have on hand was the little like wrap swaddle. She was probably a week old when I bought them. The first like pack of 3, it just like they wrap up 0 to 3 month, whatever. But I wasn't super comfortable using them at first because I was a ding dong and didn't look up how to actually swaddle her in it. So I tried swaddling her one time. I left it on for 5 minutes and I was like, I'm gonna take her off and swaddle her in the blankets again. But I just got those swaddles that you like Velcro her into, and she can like absolutely not have that swaddle reflex wake her up constantly because she had a very strong reflex. Okay, so I only actually have 2 real regrets. So like I said, the first one was the Play and Rock bassinet, and I am still gonna use it as the playpen, but as the bassinet, it didn't work for us for long. My second regret was buying pacifiers that were not all one cohesive piece, like one silicone or one rubber piece. I got her a couple of like, I think they're called MAM, M-A-M, pacifiers. They were like glow in the dark. I was like, oh, I'll be able to see it at night, yada, yada, yada. She, first off, did not like them. And then I started thinking that if bacteria or saliva or anything gets in that little crack, like in between where the actual nipple and the larger part is, like the larger plastic part, that is just, it's gross. And I do now use the Itsy Ritsy pacifiers for Lily. She loves those. She's also very picky with her pacifiers. I got some, I don't remember what they're called, but they're basically the same thing as Itsy Ritsy ones, just a different brand. But the nipple is just slightly shorter. And when I say slightly, I will show you, like, it's slightly shorter. So minuscule that I didn't even realize it when I bought them. But she refuses to take the other ones. You put it in her mouth, she'll suck it like 2 or 3 times and then just go blip and pop it right out of her mouth. I have put some water in them and frozen them and let her chew on that before, and she actually really liked that. She enjoyed it, but I know for a fact she's gonna like the Itsy Ritsy ones more because she'll be able to chew on it with her back, like her back teeth and her back gums. So when it comes to that time for her teething, I know that she at least likes to chew on the pacifiers with the water inside them, which has been something I've seen all moms say, this is like the greatest hack ever. So I already tried it and she does love it so far. And that is all of my regrets and what I did get. I am gonna do a video on things that I didn't want for my baby and why. So thanks for joining me. If you wanna see more of my videos, just subscribe below and hit like so that I know that you like videos just like this one. Bye. If you wanna see more videos like this, just hit click. Hit click.